Hey guys, Matt here and welcome to another episode of my top 6 fragrances. In this list, as you guys saw in the intro, we're going to be looking at my top 6 clubbing fragrances. Now basically, before I begin, I just want to say that the fragrances that I've chosen are pretty much the only fragrances which I'll wear on a night out. Now I know everyone's different, we all have different ways of going out on a night out, you know? My version of a night out is going out with a few friends, maybe to a bar, and then going to a metal bar. So basically a place that plays a lot of rock music, a lot of really heavy sort of music, you know? So that's my type of a night out. So these clubs are often very busy, you get a lot of people, you have to often, you know, slide in to get past. It takes a while to go to the bar, and the music's awesome. That is my type of music venue. Those are the type of places I like to go to get absolutely wasted. So I basically just wanted to get that out of the way because I know a lot of us have different ways and different styles of going on a night out. And the fragrances that I've chosen in this video are the only ones that I choose on a night out. So basically all of these fragrances are designer. So if you don't like any designer fragrances, you might not want to watch this video. But if you don't care and you love fragrances in general, you might just want to stay and watch this video. Now, in this fragrance video, I have, of course, 6 fragrances. It's the whole point of the game, right? And I also have 2 honorable mentions. So I'm gonna get the 2 honorable mentions out the way first, okay? Please enjoy, guys. So here we go. Let's start with the 2 honorable mentions. Now, the first honorable mention that I'm going to go for, guys, is a fragrance that has not been mentioned a lot on YouTube. This is actually a flanker to a very famous aquatic fragrance. And I've noticed not a lot of people are talking about this one because it's a flanker. And quite frankly, I'm not a big fan of flankers anyway. But this one is a good flanker. And this fragrance is called Low Blue Dissy Eau Fresh, which is, of course, a flanker to the very famous Issey Miyake fragrance from the 1990s, a great aquatic fragrance. This one is perfect for a night out. In fact, let me tell you a story. This fragrance I actually wore the first time I ever went to a place called Rise, which is the metal bar that I always go to in Newcastle, which is my local city. And this was this fragrance that I wore the first time I ever went there. And let me tell you, right? This fragrance doesn't have amazing projection if you wear it on a normal day. Say if it's like, you know, because it is a fresh scent, even if you wore it in the summer, it's not the best in terms of performance. But for some reason, okay, when I wore this to Rise, this lasted all night. All night. And I was there for about 7 hours. So even that is not too bad for a fragrance like this. So I had a strong feeling that this fragrance was really going to last on my skin because when I got to Newcastle, it was already leaping off my skin, and I'd never noticed this before. But it's an amazing fragrance. This scent is fresh, it's clean, it's also got this sort of citrusy smell in the opening, but it has a much more sophisticated smell to it, a very playful sort of smell to it, you know? Which, by the way, a lot of the fragrances on this list have a sort of playful smell, so if you're wanting to wear a fragrance to a club and try and, you know, talk to girls even, or if you're just socializing with friends, the fragrances on this list are perfect. Okay, I just wanted to get that out of the way. But this one is something else. This one, it kind of reminds me of Al Rahab's Sultan in spray form. Like this one has a kind of mint and cedarwood smell to it, which of course is something that I associate Sultan quite strongly with. But it's a really, really nice fragrance, and I love it. I love it because it really did well for me that night when I went to Rise. So that is my first honorable mention, and it is Low Blue Dissy Eau Fresh by Issey Miyake. My second honorable mention, because I know that I'm taking too long on the boat, like speaking and stuff, so I'm going to quickly get this one out of the way. This one I reviewed not long ago with my mum, actually, and this one is Coco Rico by Jean Paul Gaultier. I just had to add this one into the list. This one is a very It's a very harsh, brash fragrance when you first smell it. It has this sort of like peppery opening, a very harsh, very bombastic, peppery smell. But after a while, it does start to get a little bit more mellow. It's sort of got this sort of like a cinnamon, cedarwood sort of smell to it. It's very, very good stuff though. It's actually inspired by a man's inner feelings, if you like. Sexiness, if you like. Brilliant fragrance, guys. I would highly recommend it. This stuff also lasts quite a while. Get about 8 hours out of this, and it's perfect for a nightclub, especially if you're really sweaty. I know that kind of sounds a bit gross, but if you're sweaty and there's a lot of people around you, this one does very well for that. It just projects well with sweaty skin, if you like. So yeah, those are my two honorable mentions. I hope you've enjoyed them. Now let's get on to the actual 6 fragrances. Now here we go with my top 6 clubbing fragrances. At number 6, we're going to go to the house of Givenchy, and this fragrance is sort of a dark horse. It's a nice scent, though not a lot of people talk about it. I mean, it does get mentions, but it's not totally up there. So many compliments on this, and it is the one and only Pi. This scent is amazing. It's got this sort of like vanilla, ambery smell to it, but it's also got this very seductive, very sexy vibe about it also. It's got a little bit of a sort of mandarin smell to it also, but yeah, it's just a very sophisticated vanilla scent. That's all I can really say about it. If you like your vanilla notes, this is a definite classic to go for. It's been out for a long time. The 90s it came out. I think 1999 this one was launched. Longevity can be a little bit iffy, by the way, guys. So depending on where you apply it, like I always apply it like behind my ears at the pulse points, and it projects for a good 7 hours. So, you know, try it. If you're wanting something different, if you want something that's a sort of cozy, soft, sort of gentleman type scent, of a gentleman of today's generation anyway, not like an Aramis or something, or a Kouros. This is a definite modern gentleman fragrance. So if you're a normal guy, you're kind of a nice guy, and you just want, you know, to smell really nice on a night out, something different, something cozy, something that you want to get compliments on, this is the one to go for. So guys, that is my number 6, and it's Pi by Givenchy. Coming in at number 5, we're going to go to the house of Davidoff, and this is a fragrance which was probably my first ever classic sort of classy fragrance, if you like. You know, when I first started out, I collected a lot of clones and stuff, just to, you know, at the time I thought they were amazing, but looking back they definitely weren't. And I remember having a clone of this one, and I just loved it. So I got this one as a birthday present off my sister. Since then I've never looked back. This is Cool Water by Davidoff, of course. It's a classic. Now, I have not worn this fragrance in a very long time. This is actually collecting dust, and the last time I wore this was probably summer, like 2 years ago. And I actually wore it, well, the copied version that I had all those years ago. I wore that for my first ever night out on my 16th birthday. And back then I thought it was amazing, like I said, but it really wasn't. This fragrance is a sort of peppery aquatic scent, so if you're a fan of aquatics, this one is a little bit different. It's a little bit more mature, it's a little bit peppery, it's also got a bit of a leathery vibe about it, but if you're really into aquatics and you like classic fragrances also, this is a great one to go for. This one came out in 1988, so it's inspired by a lot of old school aquatic scents. So if you like that idea, get yourself this fragrance, guys. It's pretty affordable. I mean, it's probably one of the most expensive Davidoffs. I mean, Davidoff create a lot of affordable scents, but they're not really good, you know, like the Adventure and stuff like that. So this is one of their good ones, so check it out. It's also amazing. Now, another fragrance that I'd like to mention is not actually in this video, but I will mention it right now, is Davidoff Hot Water. That is the flanker to this one. If you want to smell that one and you want to wear it for a night out, I think it's a great, great fragrance. The only reason I haven't put it in this video is because I would have had too many, but I just wanted to quickly mention it. So yeah, guys, check out Cool Water by Davidoff. Let's get into my number 4. And my number 4 on this list, guys, is this one right here. This is For Him by Narciso Rodriguez. This fragrance is amazing. Okay, I'm just gonna put it out there. Like, this fragrance gets a lot of hype. A lot of people, you know, really like the smell in the community, but for a good reason. You know, this fragrance definitely does smell good, you know. And I remember I bought this in Heathrow Airport, actually on my way to see my girlfriend, but I only paid about £20 for this. This is awesome, right? I haven't actually wore this on a night out yet, but I did wear it for a house party that my friend Mark had, and I got a lot of compliments on it, and it lasted for quite a while. I mean, it only lasts for about 8 hours, but which is not bad. It's moderate longevity for any fragrance, really, but this fragrance is awesome. It's so, so nice. I just love the bottle, how it looks like it's filled with cement. But the smell has this sort of like violet, patchouli oak moss smell. So it's inspired, it is actually inspired by a lot of older fragrances. But when you smell it, you smell classy, you know, you smell classy. So if you do want to smell classy, go for him, by Narciso Rodriguez. Okay, let's get on to my number 3. Number 3 on this list, guys, is Eros by Versace. Now, this only has like a bit of juice left because I used to wear this like crazy. Whenever I would go to the rock bar, I would always wear this stuff. Until I later realized that a lot of guys were actually wearing this on a night out. So I kind of stopped, you know, because I always wanted to smell different. I didn't want to stand out. I wanted to have my own sort of space when it came to meeting new people, you know? But that's the reason I stopped it. But it is an amazing fragrance. Okay, I'm not going to take that away from it. Now, whenever I did wear this on a night out, I did get compliments. A lot of people said, you know what, wow, you smell great. What are you wearing? And this was during the time I was working at Boots, which is the fragrance store I was telling you about. And back then, this fragrance was one of my great purchases, and I got it from that store. And I paid, well, it was brand new at the time, and I paid a lot of money for it. It's not a regretful purchase. I do love it. It opens with a nice apple, and it's also got some cedar and mint in there as well, with a little bit of vanilla in the dry down. So it's a very nice, bold fragrance. It kind of falls into the same category as 1 Million Invictus, but this one has its own unique blend, and I really do like it. So guys, do check out this fragrance if you want to feel like a Greek god. Now, before I show my number 1 on this list, guys, I just want to say a big thank you for making it this far in the video. I know I mumble, I know I go on a hell of a lot, I even get sick of my own voice at times. But for those of you who are keeping up with me, thank you so much. It's getting a little bit hot now because this lamp is right in my face. So, just so you guys can see me a little bit better. And yeah, let's get on to my number 1. Now, this fragrance is pretty much the scent of today's generation, which gets worn by so many people on a night out. And no, I'm not talking about 1 Million, because I hate that fragrance, but that's just my opinion, of course. This fragrance comes from the House of Jupe. Yeah. You already know what it is. And it is Jupe Homme. Yeah, I just had to mention it because everyone wears it, basically. This fragrance came out in 1989, and this to me is like the perfect night out fragrance. If you go to places, and I'm talking about anywhere, I'm not just talking about, you know, people who are into rock music, I'm not just talking about people who are into rap, pop, you know, any type of music. If you go anywhere, this fragrance will do you wonders. Even as just a normal casual scent, it's perfect, but on a night out, this fragrance is amazing. It probably has the strongest projection out of any other fragrance in this list. This fragrance lasts on my skin on a night out. Are you guys ready for it? Seriously? And I'm not just saying this, I'm not talking shit, because I wouldn't do that. This fragrance lasts on my skin about 15 hours on a night out. I'm not kidding. Now, I think it's due to the fact that it does have amazing projection anyway. It's a bold, strong scent. But it's because of the power in it. It's just a powerful scent. Like, you spray this, like one spray on your neck, right? It's going to be there 15 to 16 hours. I'm not kidding. This scent smells beautiful. It's got orange in it. It's also got a little bit of cinnamon in the opening, but it's really nice in the dry down. We get some vanilla, a little bit of amber, but it's just gorgeous. It's beautiful. I would have actually added Mont Blanc's Individual in this list, but I don't have it. So that's the reason why I'm not adding it in the list. But yes, that is my 6 fragrances, well, if you cast the honorable mentions, so that's 8 fragrances that I would wear on a night out. I really do hope you've enjoyed it. Please let me know down in the comments what you thought of this video. And before I do end the video, let me just put this on the ground. I just want to say a big thank you guys for all of the support that you guys have shown me. Honestly, I am absolutely touched by it because, I mean, I know that, you know, okay, let me just say, my main intention on YouTube here is not to get famous. It's just to do what I love doing, which is collect fragrances, review fragrances, wear fragrances, anything to do with fragrances. If there's something I'm proud of, it's fragrances. And the first thing I'm going to do is get it out there for you all to see. Because I know you guys are into fragrances, so that's the main reason. I don't care about fame. I don't care about, you know, anyone who's just hunting for subscribers. That's why I never mention, you know, like and subscribe to my page. Because you know what? If you liked my videos, you would like it. If you liked my channel, you would subscribe to it. So why would I say, come on, like and subscribe? That's me telling you guys what to do. So why would I do that? And I just want to say a big thank you to Linnea Smith for actually teaching me that. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys. I really hope you've enjoyed this list. Please let me know in those comments what you thought of it, and I really do hope you've enjoyed it. The main reason I chose these fragrances is because I don't have a lot of niche anyway, but I wanted to choose these fragrances as a sort of stepping stone for just the normal guy out there who is wanting to have a night out and smell good and have a long-lasting scent, and, you know, for a cheap budget, if you like. I don't want to treat it like that because I think all fragrances should be treated with respect anyway, regardless of the price tag. But it's just a stepping stone for somebody who wants to collect fragrances and get into them. So yeah, if I've helped you out there, my friend, whoever you are, if you're the party guy, I really do hope this helps. So guys, thank you so much for watching. For the last time, I am going to say this. Let me know in the comments below what you thought of this video. Keep smelling good and have an awesome new week coming ahead of you. Cheers. Bye-bye.